Hello everyone, I'm Karim Wakim and I will be presenting today Maddalena Casulana, the first published female composer. So the outline of the presentation will be starting with the introduction, the biographical content, moving to the historical context, Casulana's musical style, ending with the independent research topic. So, who is Casulana? She was the first woman in Western history to publish a book of music. She published Il Primo Libro di Madrigali in 1568 and challenged societal norms through her compositions and bold declarations. So why is she important? Because her work symbolized a shift in Renaissance views on gender and intellectual equalities. Her music reflected Renaissance ideals of blending art, poetry, and emotion. Moving to the bibliographical content, her early life, so born in 1544 in Casal d'Elsa in Tuscany, she was likely exposed to the Renaissance art and music in Florence, a cultural hub. She received formal musical training focusing on vocal and instrumental techniques. Moving on to her professional achievements, she published Il Primo Libro di Madrigali in 1568, becoming the first woman to publish a book of music in Europe. She dedicated her work to Isabella de' Medici, a key patron of the arts and advocate for women's intellectual contribution. She was known for blending technical mastery with emotional depth in her madrigal compositions, and produced later works, including five-part madrigals, which demonstrate her evolving style and innovation. So this is a picture of the five-part madrigal. Next, we have her later career. So her last known publication was in 1583 or 86. She disappeared from historical records around 1590, reflecting the systemic neglect of women's achievements in history. Despite this, her music continued to resonate, and modern scholarship has revived her legacy. Now we will see in the independent research about it. And why does this matter? Because Casulana's life illustrates the resilience required to succeed as a female composer in the male-dominated Renaissance era. And her achievements challenged societal expectations and paved the way for future women in music. Now we have the historical context. She was living in the Renaissance era, a period of cultural rebirth in art, science, and music. She had innovation in polyphonic music, emphasizing emotional and intellectual expression. Her madrigals became a prominent music form, combining poetry and melody to convey complex emotions. So this is a picture from an art in the Renaissance era. And moving to the gender norms in the Renaissance era. So women were largely excluded from professional music and intellectual fields. Societal beliefs relegated women to domestic roles, dismissing their artistic potential. And Casulana defied these norms by publishing music and asserting her intellectual equality. Also, there were other challenges faced by women, like limited access to formal training and performance opportunities. Women's achievements were often marginalized or forgotten in historical records. And third, Casulana's work were revolutionary for asserting women's rightful place in the arts. Now let's discuss a bit the patronage system. So the role of patrons was that they protect you or they pay you money or give you access to some lobbies. In exchange, the client should be loyal to him or become his ally. So um, during the Renaissance, the patronage system was critical for the artistic success. So Isabella de' Medici supported Casulana, providing resources and a platform for her groundbreaking work. Patrons like Isabella played a dual role encouraging innovation while navigating societal constraints on women. So moving on to Casulana's musical style. First, the core characteristics. So skilled in polyphony, creating complex interweaving vocal lines. Now we will see in the next video about it. Moderate use of contrapuntal texture, balancing complexity with clarity. Employs chromaticism to heighten emotional intensity, setting her apart from many contemporaries. Next, innovative techniques like mastery of text painting, so aligning musical elements with the emotions and imagery of the text, created pieces that were technically challenging yet accessible, showcasing both her intellect and artistry. Comparison, so we'll compare it to other contemporaries like Marenzio and Philippe de Monte in emotional clarity and harmonic balance. She differed from composers like Carlo Gesualdo, who favored extreme chromaticism and experimental harmonies. And notable contributions to the madrigal genre. Um, she elevated the madrigal as a medium for intellectual and emotional expressions. Her work blurred the lines between tradition and innovation, making them enduring examples of Renaissance artistry. Next, we will watch this video together, and I will rest for 2 minutes. So I hope you liked it. Um, I found it a bit boring, but um, so a quick overview of the piece. It's a madrigal that exemplified the Renaissance era of combining poetry and music. The title translates to My Heart Cannot Die, reflecting themes of love, longing, and emotional resilience. Let's discuss the musical features. Uh, its intertwined vocal lines create a rich polyphonic texture. The use of text painting to enhance the emotional impact of the lyrics, and delicate chromaticism adds depth and complexity to the harmonies. You may ask what text painting is again, so I will give you an example. Um, Melodic ascent to illustrate hope or sadness in her madrigal. For if we or Descent for Sadness in Her Madrigals. Now this is an article that got me intrigued, and the title is Maddalena Casulana, Her Life and Work. So Ryan's article brings to light Maddalena's groundbreaking achievements and forgotten legacy. It analyzes the role as the first woman to publish a book, a musical book. It's a radical act in the male-dominated Renaissance era. The research highlights her innovative madrigals, blending technical mastery with emotional depth, while situating her as a feminist voice that defied societal norms. By placing Casulana's career in the cultural and political context of Renaissance in Italy, Ryan reveals how her music challenged gender inequalities and reshaped perceptions of intellectual and artistic equality. The article concludes by discussing the modern rediscovery of her works, their relevance to feminist musicology, and their renewed prominence in contemporary performances. Thank you for listening, and +1 for the people who attended on campus. Thank you guys, and here are the references.